it's not possible.
Not possible.
Right? So, but now, 30 years earlier, it didn't matter that how it looks like or how it behaves like. But today, customer experience is so powerful that you cannot build a.
So tell me your first office. You said that was the room.
Yeah.
I want to come back to that.
Yeah.
Because it's very interesting. Tell me about that room that you had.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the room was somewhere between how much we are sitting, or maybe a little more.
Yes.
So
yes,
एक
yes.
थोड़ा और chair अगर
One more. Yeah. So after me and Sumit registered this firm, right? We were both working from home. So Sumit's mom, after seeing our sort of like dilapidated state, that what you guys are doing, and there was no WeWork at that point of time,
Yeah,
right? This is early 2015. I'm talking. So Sumit's mom gave us a very small space in her garage, right? So she invested some money and built a nice cozy place for us where 3 people could sit looking at the wall, right?
No window, no nothing.
There was one, and it was like well done, but obviously it was pretty small, and I think probably 1 chair, 2 chair, and maximum 3rd chair was with the capacity.
Also not this size of the lovely chair.
No. This was like the oldish Neel Kamal kind of
Neel Kamal
stuff.
chair, yeah.
But it was good. It was really good, and I think the kind of people that we hired at that time, we are still blessed. They are still with us, and we started with that small room. So you could say, I don't know, like 15 by 4 maybe.
Yeah.
That's approximately how
we
much
had.
that would be. From there, we moved to a sort of like a bungalow, but it was at like a 1 BHK thing, you could say that, right? So 3 rooms that we got. So we stayed for there around like 2-3 years. I think 2018, 2019, we started moving in double digits. So it's 9-10 people we got in. So fortunately, the same bungalow had a top floor, so occupied that. So I think we went till like 15-ish members. We went around there. And in 2020, 2021, we moved out. We took a rented space here in Kharadi Road. And I think in 2021, just pandemic first wave had happened.
Yeah.
Sumit had this great idea of having our own space, and that vision of we should have something like a headquarters which can tell the people that what is that we are doing here.
Correct.
Right? And we wanted to build the interior in such a way that it should inspire people to not only come and work there, but also come and collaborate.
Yeah.
Right? So Sumit had this eye on this property. So, and we were doing quite well by that time. So we could afford this place. We bought these offices and we did this brilliant interiors. Our friend Sheel Pawar did all this stuff.
Yes.
And the essence was the core values that we have, right? The core values of Non-Stop, which again Sumit had very brilliantly captured across all these years. On a sidebar, a lot of people actually say this, that you should have your vision, mission, values carved out maybe from day one. Honestly, it does not happen that way. Okay. Right? It takes a long time to figure out on what road you are. Right? Yes, you need a plan, but your bias for action is also very important.
Correct.
So I think it was like probably the 4th or 5th year wherein Sumit very brilliantly captured that, okay, these are the rituals that we are doing, these are the things that we do continuously, and probably these are the things that make what we are.
Correct.
Right? So it took like 4 or 5 years. So we called it EC3. E is for empathy, C is for collaboration, the second C is for creativity, and the third C is for clean code. I'll talk about each one of them.
Yeah.
Empathy is at the core of anything and everything.
Correct.
Right? So empathy towards my clients, empathy towards my partners, empathy towards my team members. We purposely don't use the word employees, but just for the government's sake, it's only on the paper. But that word is typically not thrown around here. It's all team members. Everybody is at the same level, just with different job roles.
Yes.
Right? That's all it is there. So empathy towards each one of them. So that gives us a very upper hand, as I might say, to envision what the other person is looking for. Right? A lot of times people ask me, what is the difference between Non-Stop and say XYZ other company? There are like a lot of software companies out there.
Yes.
Right? And the way I describe is the following. I say somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want to dig a well. Okay. Now, I know there are companies in the market who will say that, okay, you want to dig a well, here are the 10 people, and here is the shovel, here is the thing, and go and dig the well. Okay.
Correct.
That's how it happens. Non-Stop does it a bit different. What Non-Stop says that, okay, you want to dig well, fine, yes, we will dig it for you. Can you tell me what is that you're looking for in the well?
Correct.
Are you looking for water? Are you looking for oil? You're looking for diamonds, gold, whatever it is.
Correct.
So accordingly, I will get that thing done for you.
Yeah.
So let's say if you want to dig the well, dig the place for gold, I will get the gold to you.
Correct.
Right? So that empathy, that core value helps us understand, and I think that is what has been driving our customers to their business goals, because now we are not just software developers, right? We are actually the dream builders.
Correct.
For example, if somebody is coming to us, so very recently we are working with a travel portal, right? So they have a lot of operations in the northeast of India. So our vision is not just simply to create a software. We have to make a software in such a way that how their end customers will use, how their internal employees will use, right? And what is the business that they want to derive from it.
Correct.
When you think from all these directions, then it doesn't matter whether am I creating a mobile app or a web application or a backend application or whatever it is.
Correct.
We are solving their problem using some technology. Right? That's how the entire vision goes. So that's where empathy, coming back to it, is very essential and core to it.
Understood.
Second, collaboration. Nothing great happens with one person. Right? It has to be a team, and team has to collaborate towards one common goal.
Correct.
Right? So at Non-Stop, what we do, it's a very running joke around here that nobody will come to you and say that, hey, give me a button here on this page. Nobody does that. Even our client does not do that. Or rather, we sometimes even tell them that don't tell us.
Yeah.
You tell me what is the problem that you're looking to do, and my guys will come with the appropriate way to solve it.
Correct.
Then it might be one button, two button, or no button.
Absolutely.
Right? Because not every time you need to nail the hammer.
Yeah.
Right? So that collaboration with the clients, that collaboration between the team members is very essential.
Yeah.
And somewhere that's where I think Sheel and Sumit did a brilliant job in terms of designing this space. Yes. That sometimes you might want to work even alone with your brain as a brain collaborator.
Yes.
Sometimes you want to work with 2 guys, 3 guys. So if you look at the office is built in such a way that you can have multiple collaboration avenues coming towards with you.
Correct.
Right? The third part is the creativity. Now, today software has essentially is eating the world. That's what Mark Andreessen says.
Correct.
What has happened is you will see software in each and every arena, right?
Correct.
Tell me one industry where software has not touched. It's not possible.
Not possible.
Right? So, but now, 30 years earlier, it didn't matter that how it looks like or how it behaves like. But today, customer experience is so powerful that you cannot build a software which is, say, hideous looking, bad fonts or bad graphics, or cannot be in such a way that it is difficult for someone to find it out, that what's going where.
Correct.
During my very recent Mumbai visit, one of my very close confidant was telling that they were on Instagram somewhere and they were trying to buy something, right? And the link was just not opening at the right place. Yeah. So today people want convenience, yes. Right? It cannot be that you just did something and now you're asking someone to take 2 more extra steps.
Correct.
Like this friend of mine was telling that I clicked on Instagram link and I was expecting that whole e-commerce thing should come up, that exact product should come in front of me.
Yes.
But that was not happening. He was telling you, I was getting ready to the home page.
And then I had to go and search the product.
So that means what? Now you are not giving convenience, right? Your whole creativity has gone down the dump. Yeah. You have not thought through the entire end-to-end stuff, and the business problem is still there.
Yes, it's right.
Yes. So your creativity, your customer experience should be built in such a way that people are easily able to cross the chasm. It should not be a burden to them. Oh, abhi mere ko ye karna padega, wo karna padega. They should not have to do that.
Correct.
Right? And finally is the clean code. Right? Now this can get a bit technical, but I'll try to keep it as abstract as possible. Okay, so what happens is, when any software developer starts building something, now mind you, software industry is very young industry. Okay, so a lot of abstractions or a lot of knowledge, a lot of concepts are actually borrowed from a lot of other industries. So for example, lean machines or lean, which was started by, I think, the Japanese guys Toyota company, to how to have the assembly in such a way built in a lean manner that you don't have any wastage and whatnot. So those concepts have been borrowed from those industries to the software industry as well. And clean code essentially refers to that whatever you are doing, you have certain principles to do it, right? First of all, is it really needed? Right? Just because you can do something or you can write a code doesn't mean
you need
right?
it.
Do you really need it? Right? Are you doing it properly? Right? Are you doing it in such a way that it is maintainable? Right?
Correct.
Because today, business, any startup that if you come across, right? Initially, everybody thinks that okay, it's just software, but no. Software probably is 20-30% part of it. Any company that you take, let's say, for example, take say Ola, for example, right?
Right.
For a consumer, you might see that okay, it is just an app, so probably it is just the software, but that's not.
No.
There's a lot of operations behind it. There's a lot of strategy behind it, a lot of marketing, a lot of sales behind it as well.
Yes,
and this is true for every company.
Correct.
Right? So software typically is like 20-30% part of it, and how you have to now ensure that whatever you're writing, once your problem is solved, the business people will move on to something else.
Correct.
So the thing that has already been built, is it maintainable?
Correct.
Because you don't want to come and revisit the same problem again and again, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You want to move away from that. Yeah.
Correct. So maintainability comes as part of it. So there are more such principles involved. So you have to essentially look at, are you keeping your code clean enough that people ultimately actually get benefited from it? And honestly, out of all these three things that I mentioned, collaboration, creativity, or even empathy, clean code is the actual thing that our clients actually take away from us.
Correct.
Right? They come to us for building the things. We create that strategy, but ultimately, what is that they take away when they walk out the door? They take the software with them.
Yes, they do.
Right? Which is the clean code.
Yes.
So that's where all our philosophies come together, and we have brilliantly, I think we have been able to capture it as part of our values.
But I feel even when they're walking out the door, when your client is going away, it's what they carry about you as a company, as the team, and that enhances the work that goes after as well.
Sure.
Because the more open they are with what the problem really is,
yes,
the better it is for the team to find a rightful solution for it. Like very well said, button चाहिए, button नहीं चाहिए.
Correct.
और 2 बटन चाहिए.
True.
वो प्रॉब्लम डिसाइड करेगा.
Yes.
और उसका बेस्ट सोल्यूशन जो आपके कंपनी के सारे इसमें रखते हुए,
correct,
with everything that you stand for,
yes,
उसमें रखते हुए, that becomes much easier. Correct.
True.
That I think that's really great.